Hey Soul Tribe, sending love, light and beautiful abundant energy from this beautiful, beautiful place. I wanted to share some messages. We've had a lot of intense energy with the eclipse season, with the 11/11 portal, with the full moon in Taurus. We are then moving into the new moon in Sagittarius. There is so much happening. Pay attention and listen to your intuition. That could be a voice in your head, that could be a sign. So that could be a synchronicity, a sign, a song, a voice in your head. A lot of you may be clairaudient, so you'll hear that voice in your head. It could be something you hear in passing being said in another conversation. If it sparks a feeling, an emotion, a sense of that's for me, heed the message. Now, the messages could come in all shapes or forms, and they could be telling you different things, whether that's to step away, set boundaries, see situations for what they really are, and people for who they really are. It's easy to sort of brush it to the side, and we all have, kind and generous hearts. Sometimes we don't want to, really accept the truth. Someone could not be treating you very well, or they're projecting from a place of lack, or they're being triggered by you, and you sense it, and it's time for you to really see it for what it is. It's going to hold you back. It's going to take you away from your destiny and your aligned purpose. I'm seeing so many divine feminines and masculines stepping into their truth, into their authenticity, creating. And we have been here, put on this earth to create. The Creator created us to create. That is our power, the creative energy. And some of you are really doing that. I'm seeing some beautiful changes and transformations. Now, as you do that, others are going to be triggered because they're not able to step into that truth. So trust that inner knowing. You're going to know, you're going to feel it, and you might not be wanting to make a drastic change. What I would say is pull back your energy, focus on you, continue to align to your calling, your creations, that spark of motivation. Follow that inspired action, and all of those energies, situations, people, they will fall away. You might start to see more revelations. There's still more revelations coming through. And from first-hand experience, I had to do the very same thing, and I'm constantly looking and being alert to anything around me. Make sure you keep your business to yourself too. A private life is a peaceful life. You can share your experiences because there's love and joy in that, but be mindful of how much you tell friends, family. Not everyone can celebrate your success because they are in their own stagnancy. They might be held back. They're not able to relate to where you are. And the hardest ones to tell, the situations where people will say to you, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you, you deserve this is great. That sounds great, right? But their energy is telling you otherwise. You can sense that they're not genuinely happy for you. And it's not because they're bad people, it's because they've got their own shit going on. And that's the reality. But if you continue to keep their energy around you, what does that say? I'm worthy of that? No, you're not. So what do? You have to move on. And how do you move on? Well, you just put all your focus and energy into yourself. You keep your business private and only say what really needs to be shared. And, especially when you're manifesting new outcomes and opportunities, you're going to dilute it if you start to share that energy elsewhere. And I always say, if you've got a big plan and something bubbling, keep it to yourself unless certain people need to know because they're part of the movement and they're playing a role in that. Otherwise, secrecy is actually the best. Now, there's nothing wrong with sharing a story on social media, a post and whatever, but be mindful what you share and how you're sharing it, and that's you living in your truth. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you, but be mindful and pay attention to those energies and the things that are not always being said, but are being said in terms of energy or the way you feel and how people react to you, or their lack of support towards you, or their fake support towards you, right? So you might be like, Steph, that's challenging. Might be like, Steph, that's really hard. How do I do it? Be like water. Allow things to ebb and flow and cleanse. And if it's a high wave, let that high wave come and wash it away. And I tell you something, I had to do this very same thing and I'm still doing it. And I know that there's only a set amount of spaces at the table that I'm sitting on. And I am ruthless about that. And I continue to be ruthless about that. So there you go. Mwah.